Friends, how are you this morning? We hope you are all doing wonderful today. We'll give some time to get everybody in here. We will indeed give some time. It's a beautiful day in the morning. It's a beautiful day in the morning for you and me. Today is Friday in my part of the world. I hope all of you wonderful people are going to have a wonderful day in your part of the world. We got one people watching in the background. How are you? Don't be shy about coming forward. It's still warmer today, but it is definitely chilly in my part of the world. Not too excited about how chilly it is out here, but what am I going to do about it, right? All I can do is wait until spring when the warm weather gets here. So you guys let me know who's all visiting us tonight, today, this morning, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. You know, exciting day for all of you. So how's everybody doing? What are you guys doing in your part of the world? I'm just getting caught up in my morning news cycle a little bit to see if there's anything exciting in the news today. Got a couple little things to do while I chit chat with you guys today. If you have a YouTube channel you'd like to share, feel free to do that. It's getting close to Christmas. I got to buy my wife something for Christmas. If anybody has any thoughts on that, let me know. Oh, crappers. I'm expecting a package today. And I need to do some work today. How's everybody doing in the background? We got 4 of you people watching. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. We've been asked to do some more corporate reviews. We got 19 watching. I bet you some of you guys are here hoping that there's going to be a pretty girl on the live stream, right? Is that what you're hoping? Are you hoping there's going to be a pretty girl show up? There just may be. You just never know. But right now, you get to have me. You got to go through the ugly to get to the pretty. You got to go through the ugly to get to the pretty. I'm always curious what others do in their part of the world. We got 6 people watching. Thank y'all for being here. Please come forward, drop a chat. Let me know what's on your mind. And shit. If I mess some things up, I will fix it. But thank you guys for watching. Come on in and say hello. I am David. My channel is called The Adventures of the Philippine American Couple. That's my wife and I. And our channel is all about everything that we do. The adventures we've had, the adventures we're gonna have, immigration, finance, food, dating, romance, traveling. We try really hard to help people in their everyday life and dealing with a mixed culture relationship. Pride Wild is in the house. How are you? Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Tell me about yourself. How are you? First, are you having a good morning? Well, it's morning here. I don't know what time it is for you. We are in the United States. It's currently about 32 degrees. It didn't get as cold as we thought it was going to be. Ride says, I am good, good. What part of the world are you from? If you don't mind, don't give me your address. Just tell me roughly what part of the world you're in. And what's exciting in your world? What is it that you would like me to know? You're Mexico. Nice. We love Mexico. We love Mexico. We've been there on vacation a few times. Always had a blast. So, how's your weather where you're at? I mean, it's cold here. I need to adjust my camera so I can see your chat better. There we go. So how is Mexico? How's the weather? Yeah, it's cold here too. Yeah, damn winter. I hate the winter. I hate the winter, my friend. I can tell you that. What is one thing that I should know about Mexico? What should I know? What would you like me to know about the country of Mexico? I'm looking at purchasing some gaming headphones right now. Crap. I don't think those are the right ones. They have really good chorizo tacos. Well, I want to go a tiny bit further with you and say you guys have really good food, period. I know it's only about, what, 10 to 15 different ingredients, but man, I guess you probably know that Americans love Mexican food. Rel's in the house. Hello, Rel. VX Rel. I am doing good, yes. It's morning for me. It's cold out. But how are you this morning? I'm looking at buying some headphones, I think. Or we've been asked to review some headphones. I'm doing my research on these headphones right now. So, Rel, we're glad you're doing good. Our good friend Maria's in the house. M2M, that's a good way to do it. Nice channel, yes. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel or their channel, please do so. Please also give us a thumbs up since you're here hanging out with us. It would be really, really nice. Wild is saying hello to you, Maria, so that's very, very, very kind of them to do that. It's always good to say hi and make friends. Just saying. And how are you doing today, Maria? Hello, Wild, from Joe and Jenny's in the house. Good morning, David and all. Thank you for being here. Getting ready to I've been asked to review some products and I'm behind on it. So I've been working on that a little bit this morning. So that's what I'm doing currently. And talking to all of you kind people. Lorelai, my beautiful wife, has wanted to get into the assisting with me with this, but now I'm just confused. I think she's I don't. I'm gonna wait until she gets up because I have a very set procedure on how I review corporate products, and I'm happy that she wants to help, but I think she's got us out of sync, and I'm very anal about how I do things. So I'm gonna have to wait until she gets up and figure out what she's doing too much chatting back and forth with the corporations. I like to just send me the info and I'll go from there and I build a file on it. So I don't know. I'm a little confused this morning, I guess. Just a normal day working. Nice, nice. Well, it's a good day to work, I guess. Working's not always the funnest thing to do. Wild says, guys, I got to go, but I did subscribe to your channel. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. We are always happy to have new friends, new followers, and new supporters in the house. So we thank you for that. Nathan in the UK. Hey, brother, hope you're well. Are ready for Christmas. Love and respect from Birmingham, UK. Well, thank you, man. Love and respect back at you. Well, no, we're not ready. We're working on it. We are having a big Christmas party on the 14th. Got a lot of people coming in from different places. My wife has been busy decorating, redecorating, rearranging, redecorating, and planning the party with some friends. So we've been doing a lot of that, and in the process, my wife wants to buy me something for Christmas, right? Which I appreciate. But one, I don't really need anything, and two, I really don't want anything. So I had to put some cheap things in an Amazon cart that she can buy me. So because she's from the Philippines, and it's important to them to have something under the tree with your name on it. Not to me, because I'm an American, I don't care. So I found some house slippers and gloves and put them in my shopping cart on Amazon so she can buy those for me for Christmas. Along with a new can opener and some bottle openers, because we seem to keep running short of can openers and bottle openers. So, and I don't know where they go, but they go somewhere. But I told her last night that she had to come up with something in the shopping cart for herself. That way I can buy it and she can put it under the tree and pretend she doesn't know what it is come Christmas. Good day, brother. Next 30 minutes lunch, so I'll join you in the background. Oh, thank you, world. Appreciate you being here. It's good to see you the other day on the other live streams, so thank you. It's currently a hectic time for the year. My daughter's Christmas list is getting bigger by the second. My wife is Thai. Nice. So she doesn't really care about Christmas, which works well for me. That's correct. Filipinos, they have the opposite. They love Christmas, as you know. I just don't care about Christmas anymore. It's another day. From Joe. Yeah. But if you got a family and little kids, they love it. And being married to a Filipino, my wife loves it. They want to celebrate it all the time, and we have a lot of Filipino friends, so they love it. But I've learned from my brother, who's older and been married, almost 40 years. When I first got married to Lorelai years ago, he gave me a tip. He's like, "Don't worry about buying them a Christmas present. Just tell them to buy what they want and put your name on it." I'm like, "Well, that's what I told Lorelai again last night. Look, you need to find what you think you want me to buy you for Christmas, get it ordered, wrap it, and put my name on it. Otherwise, you may not get anything close to what you're wanting for Christmas. So we're in the process of that. Now there is a secret gift that she's going to give that she knows nothing about that I've been playing very close to the vest, very close to the vest. So Nathan, what is your daughter? What type of things are your daughter? What type of things does your daughter want for Christmas this year? What's some of the hot ticket items out there? Because I may need to steal something from her list or something. Joe says, my Jenny loves to celebrate Christmas. Yes. Most people do. I think a lot of Americans not really into it. We don't find it all that interesting. Maybe as older adults who live in first world countries, and I think for the people that have a lot of religious faith, they get into Christmas. I know a lot of the Americans here or die-hard religious people get into it. I think they get into it for the wrong reason, but I think they're into the Christmas vibe. Me, I can take it or leave it. I participate in it because I'm married. If I wasn't, would I decorate the house? No, 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 not at all. When I was single, and I was single up until 47, good morning all from Sanders. There was probably 20 years or so that I never even did any decorations in my house. I wasn't married. Why would I decorate? Why would I go through all that work? Sanders, good to see you. I hope you're having a great day today. Good morning to you, my friend. My daughter is obsessed with Japan. Oh, everything Japanese. So I have had a chemo made for her and oh, nice. Wow. Wow. That's really good, man. And those are good concept. Some Japanese candy, a kimono. I would like to have a kimono. Do guys wear kimonos? I think they're cool looking. I can't teach myself Japan or Japanese because I can't even teach myself English. So Dave, Joe says, anything will confuse you. That's true. There's no question that I can be easily confused in this day and age. I just dropped off my daughter, I mean my wife. Now, is that a Florida slip there? Because I was telling the other day, sometimes us older guys who are married to young Filipinos, we feel like, I was telling somebody who's having a lot of problems in their marriage the other day, and I think it's both of theirs fault, that somebody has to be the adult in the family. And neither one of them are acting like adults. But somebody has to step up and be the adult in the relationship. Wow. Wow. She's only 9 years old, but she can count in Japanese, various common greetings. Clever girl, no shit. And she may make you a fortune in the future being a businesswoman in Japan. Holy goodness gracious, great balls of fire, my friend. So, wow, congratulations to you for having a smart kid. My kid would probably, if I had a kid, would probably turn out to be like a lump of coal, you know. But that's good. And I think encouraging children to experience different cultures truly allows them to become allows them to become whoever they want to become to. When I believe, and I don't have kids, so let me just say that out front. I don't have kids. I've never wanted kids, but I think kids who are exposed to multiple cultures have the ability to become anything that they want to become in life, because they're not pigeonholed. I see a lot of families in America who want to keep their little circle so tight that their children never experience anything. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the kind comments. Absolutely. And it's true comments. I don't do kind things just because, it's good to do. And you're correct, embracing other cultures is never, I agree. And look, even if they walk away from that culture going, yeah, Dad, I didn't like that, or, I'm not into that culture. At least they've learning about themselves, what they like, what they don't like. I've been to a lot of places in the world, and not that many places, but I've been to a lot of places. I like everywhere, as long as they got food, you know. But there's good and bad with every culture, and that all depends on us. There's bad things in the Philippine culture. There's bad thing in the American culture. So we just got to find the positive. Oh, that's funny. But as funny as my daughter, because her mother's Thailander from Thailand. They call them Thailanders. Is that correct? Or is that a TV show from Australia, the Thailanders? Loves nothing more than making fun of her English. She's constantly making fun of her mother. Yeah, that is funny. Even though, coming from a different culture, that is funny. Does it hurt your wife's feeling? Does your wife take it in stride? Is she good with it? I know my wife gets frustrated, and her English is pretty good. But I know my wife gets frustrated because I try to give her the correct pronunciation and or meaning behind of a word, and I think sometimes that can be frustrating if we do it too much. And so I try to pick and choose what I do with that, how I do with that. It's one of the weird things that drives me crazy, and Sanders has probably experienced this being married to a Filipina, is I hate how they always say she when they mean he, because they say she, and they don't, go with he or she. Everybody's a she. And so when she's telling a story, and she's like, well, she lifted 400 pounds. And I'm like, she lifted 400 pounds? How in the hell did a girl lift 400 pounds? No, Johnny. And I'm like, Johnny's not a she, Johnny's a he. So he lifted 400 pounds? Because it's very important to the storyline, knowing what sex somebody is, right? Knowing what gender is. He did this is much different versus she did this. Joe says he tries to help Jenny out with her English over in the Philippines. So yeah, it's part of what we have to do is help them with their English, which is funny because I can't even talk English or speak English. But I think we got to be careful that we don't overdo it. And Sanders says, yes, she does that too. Does it drive you crazy? Am I right, Sanders? Because I want to understand the story, but I need to know details. I need to know accurate details. And of course, as you guys all know, the Filipino women, they do a whole lot of, hey, I need that. That what? She helps you with trying to learn Tagalog? Yes. I know. The Filipinos kind of do the same. They have a thing about saying auntie. Well, that's my aunt. That's auntie, whatever. However you want to pronounce it. Like, no, that's not your aunt. And it's okay. And it's like Kuya's brother and things like that, And I get that, but it's strange for an American, and maybe it's just strange for me because I want details. If somebody is, I don't call, everybody brother. I don't call them sister. I call them by their name. I reference, when I talk to Sanders, I say, hey, Charles, how are you today, buddy? I address people by their name. Oh yeah, my wife won't teach me anymore because I try to make her explain the origins of the words and why would you do this? That doesn't make any sense. Pronouncing this word like this doesn't make sense. That's not what those letters say together when you put them together. That's not what they say. You know, it doesn't say this. Well, you got to look at two syllables at a time versus three, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but why? Tell me why I have to do that. What's the reason behind it? So she doesn't bother to waste her energy with me. So, but that's all right. Actually, when I learned to speak Thai, it helped me to understand why my wife better, as when you know what they call something and its meaning actually helps you understand their thinking. Now, I agree with that. And that's what I'm good at. I don't speak Visayan or Tagalog, but I understand it. I know what, I play dumb a lot because I am dumb. Let me just admit that out there. I play dumb a lot because I don't want people to know I know as much as I do. But I know the words. I know how to, I'm an expert, or I used to be, in body language. And so I know the words, and you can understand more when you understand the body language of a person than you can what they're actually saying. But if you combine a little bit of knowledge of the language, the body language, the tone, and the inflection of what they're speaking, you can understand things. And that's what I do. I sit back and listen, watch the body language, listen to the tones, listen to the inflection of the words. That's how I figure out what the hell's going on. Yes, my wife asked me for solid water, and it's because in Thai, the name King means water hard. I know. All she wanted was some ice, right? My wife doesn't even like ice. In the Philippines, they're not big into ice. Joe says, here in America, we are taught the long sounds. In Philippines language, it's all short sounds. That is correct. But they're taught English in the Philippines. You know, I think Japanese would be really hard to learn. So I'm proud of your daughter for doing that. I think Arabic would be extremely difficult to learn. I don't know very much Spanish, but Spanish seems pretty easily to learn. I think Spanish you can learn by association. And you can do the same thing with the languages in the Philippines, but I guess I'm really bad about, I want to know the origins of words. Like, okay, so Nam means what? And where does that come from? Because from my knowledge, if I understand why something is something, then I understand and can use it better. My wife hates that I eat ice and the kids like eating ice. Well, that's funny. Yeah, I don't eat ice, but I sometimes. But she thought it was weird that I would give our dogs ice. You know, and the dogs would run off and eat the ice, and she's like, "What?" Like, you know, there's like, well, they think it's food. They just don't realize it doesn't have any taste. But Lorelai's not a big ice person. My wife is from a city in northern Thailand, close to the next country, Laos. Okay. And so she speaks a mix of language or dialects, I bet. So when I learned Thai, I couldn't understand her family. Had to learn Laos too. Or yeah, wow. That's that's impressive of you, to be honest. And no wonder your daughter has the ability to learn foreign languages, because obviously your wife can, and you can, and now she can. So that's a good thing. Yes, the Philippine language makes up English, Spanish, Japanese. So yes, there's components of it. Well, it's only way to get water in my son because he won't drink water. Well, there you go. All right, no, it works well. I eat ice if it's a hot day and I still got a few ice cubes and I'm thirsty in the cup, you know. But that is good. Sanders, I think that's a brilliant way to get your son to consume more water. You know, I wouldn't have thought of that, but yeah. But I like ice. I like to put ice in my drinks. You know, the other day we had a thing about the straws. Oh God! Oh, we were at the doctor's office, and my wife was asking her. I hate going to the doctor with her. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Jesus Christ. This is the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard. But whatever. So I'm sitting there, and somehow they got talking about straws and drinking. And the doctor asked her, "Did she drink out of straws?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I only use straws." And the doctor's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, and I sat there because like I don't use straws. I don't like straws. I drink out of the glass. And she's like, "Oh, straws are so unhygienic and they cause breathing problems, and they can cause you to suck in more air." And oh, maybe that's what it was talking about, having gas. And the doctor explained, well, if you use a straw, you suck in a lot more oxygen or air into your stomach and can give you gas. And she's like, so I'm sitting there going, "Been telling you that for 10 years, but no, don't listen to the American. Wait until you hear it from the doctor who doesn't have any more education than I do." Well, that's all right. Well, that's funny. That's funny. I'm trying to do a lot better drinking more water myself. I'm trying to lay off the Gatorade. It is winter, but during the summer I drink a lot of Gatorade, which is bad for me and my kidneys. But I do it. But we are trying really hard to lay off the soda pop, and we've done pretty good with that until we had a party or Thanksgiving. So I'm trying to get some more weight off. I think I'm down about 35 pounds in the last 6 months. So if I can get another 35 pounds off in the next 6, 7 months, I would be tickled to death. So, yeah, I don't know. But that's what I told my wife last night. I said she needs to start putting stuff in the Amazon cart so I know what to get her for Christmas, so that she can label it, box it up, because she wants to have a whole bunch of presents under the Christmas tree after December the 14th. Because December the 14th, we're having a big party, and they're doing, what do they call it, Dirty Santa or a White Rhino or something like that, where they give away, they do gifts, and they can rob them from Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, I guess. And so she doesn't want any gifts under the tree until after Christmas because she doesn't want anybody to accidentally steal her gift. So, so on the 14th, they're all bringing these white elephant gifts, I think is what it's called. I don't know, Dirty Santa. And she wants to put them all under the tree and take pictures. You know how Filipinos are, they love their pictures. So, so I told her today's what, the 6th. So it's time that you start looking at what you want to buy yourself for Christmas. And she told me, she's like, "Well, we can't afford what I want to buy." And I said, "I know. That's why I said you need to go on Amazon, because what you want, Amazon doesn't sell. So you need to figure out what you want to buy yourself for Christmas on Amazon. And maybe we can at least get free shipping on it. Because I think everything I want is about $50. And that's plenty of money. I don't really need anything except for bottle openers and a can opener. But we're going to do some more outdoor stuff, so I need to buy some gloves. So I told her to go ahead and she can order the gloves that I picked out. Because we're going to try to do some, maybe go to Silver Dollar City and over Christmas break while she's off work. So that's what we're doing. And then we all are old now, right? All of us, except for Sanders, who's a young man. We're kind of old, and then we have neuropathy in our feet. So I found these really cool memory foam slippers that are kind of like what I wear now, but their toes are covered. So for the winter, I think it's going to work well for me to use those. So I told her just to buy that, and maybe that would be good. So Sanders, are you not working today? Are you working late today? Yes, correct. Nathan, you're absolutely correct. I actually have been to a couple of Buddhist temples and find them extremely enjoyable and peaceful. So, yes, most Filipinas are Catholic. My wife is not. She was part of the Protestant group there in the Philippines. So, I'm really happy that she's not Catholic. But, yes. So, yes, Nathan, you're exactly right. And so, therefore, yeah, I mean, yeah, the Filipinos are raised that way, correct? Light should get over Christmas and lights. Yeah, they've decorated it and do all that good stuff. Oh, I forgot. Today is Friday. Man, I'm old. Man, I am forgetting my old age. Is it a sign of old age when you forget what day of the week it is? Or is it just a sign that I don't know what day of the week it is? So maybe, am I old now? Yeah, Jeffrey's got put out in timeout. So, Jeffrey, if you want to be part of the chat, you're welcome to do it. But don't be silly. It's not going to do you any good here. Trolls have no life and or ability on my channel. We won't put up with it. We don't care about you. You're not going to impede our ability to do what we want. So, but apparently, Jeffrey, you have a fetish going on in your world. And that's okay. We don't discriminate against people and their fetishes. So, but if that makes you happy there, Jeffrey. I feel bad. We can talk about trolls. I feel bad about the trolls. I, I've been reading some research about trolls and people that do this type of thing, about how they're sexually inadequate. They can't function as real men and or women, but it's usually the men that are trolls, not women. They can't function sexually. They can't carry on normal day-to-day activities in life with people. They usually live in the basement with grandma. So, yeah, it's a troll channel. And he created that just to try to get shock and awe because he knows that in his world, nobody likes him. He has no friends. The dogs don't even like him. He grew up in an environment to get the dogs to play with him. They had to put a pork chop around his neck. And there's a lot of study now showing that trolls truly, truly cannot function. And they have to do this to make themselves feel good. Nice place for haters, Jeffrey. This is a respectful place where people show each other love and respect. If you can't do that, move on and live your sad little life. Exactly. Exactly. I got a fruit fly in here somewhere. Yep, he's a troll, and that's all right. As long as they are, I'll tell you guys a secret to help your channels. If you can get a troll not to be racist or use too many dirty words, then they are good for your channel. You get them into a chat, you get them going, let them go off and all of that. Time them out here and there. It looks good for your channel because you get more activity. So, I will say, over the years, I've had a few trolls come on my channel who tried to troll me in the beginning, and when they realized it wasn't successful, they decided, hey, it's not a bad channel. Maybe I should be a decent human being and just join the forum and be a part of a group that actually would be willing to talk to me. Because for the most part, a lot of the trolls don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have anybody to listen to them or to help them and give them advice, give them encouragement to do better and be better. And I've had a lot of trolls over the years become followers and subscribers after I've told them, said, look, being a troll doesn't work here. I'm happy to entertain you as long as you're, polite, so to speak. And if you want to grow up and be a part of something, that's great. If not, that's great. That's right, Sanders. You're the number one troll today, buddy. You're my favorite troll. You're my Friday troll. You're my what do we call you, Sanders? Low budget husband troll. You know, Sanders and my job is when our wives are home, and I don't have to work because I'm worthless, but Sanders actually has a job in life. So when he's home, he's the low budget Uber driver. The internet is the greatest place for meeting people like yourself, exchanging ideals, experience, and learn to love each other. But unfortunately, it's awful to join us. Yeah, and look, I was telling somebody the other night that the internet is fascinating. It's like a gigantic social experiment. I don't know, and Lorelai and I talked to a lot of Filipinas, American women, and we talked to a lot of men who are in relationships with Filipinas and or who would like to be in relationships with Filipinos. So we do a lot of what we call counseling or advising. We've learned a lot about everything. But I gotta say, I am amazed that how many people are full of shit on the internet. And maybe I'm one of them, right? But I am amazed when you hear some of what these people say that they've done or what they do, you gotta go, we know you're lying. And that's kind of one thing that I think is interesting about the internet world. This is me. I am who I am. Whether you like me or not, it is what it is. When Sanders and I get together in Southern Texas here one of these days soon, he's going to find I'm the exact same butthead in person as I am right here on the phone, right, or online. But I'm shocked at how many of these people lie and build themselves up to be more than they are to people they don't even know. And I find it interesting because just be truthful, be honest, and you have nothing else to worry about. So that's what I think. But it is kind of a fun social experiment in a way. It is. Because I get people telling me bullshit stories all the time, and I'm like, I was born yesterday, or no, what was it? I was born, but not yesterday. Yeah. But if you need to hide behind your delusions to feel good, then I'll let you hide behind your delusions. But we have learned so much off of the internet and met a lot of great people. We've met a lot of people in person, which is fun. Yep, Joe is pretty much the same. Same as, same is. Or same as, same is, same old, whatever. You know what I mean. So, but we've met a lot of good people over the years. We've been, what's shocking, not that we have a very good channel or a very big channel, but what's shocking is when a stranger walks up to you and say, hey, I know you. It's like, oh, shit. Did I do something to you? Crap. You kind of go, hi, you do? Oh, yeah, you're on YouTube. And you go, oh, thank God. I thought, shit. I'm sure you and me would disagree on a few things and maybe have different political views, absolutely, and religious views. But respect would always be the core of interact. Agreed. Because I like and thoroughly enjoy what other people have to say. I like a different point of view. I'm not one of these people that hate on people for having a different point of view. I want to hear different points of view. And I want to know why your logic is. And I'm very intrigued in that. That's one thing that I get excited about when I meet and greet other people is I want to know why just, it's not a judgment thing, but I'm very interested in one, but I'm a very open-minded person. Okay, what have I done? Yeah, yeah. Well, to me, it's like, what have I done now? What did I do now? Holy crap! 'Cause I've been blamed for so many things in my life. I'm often curious what maybe I have done when strangers walk up to me or come to me in an elevator in the Philippines and say, "Oh, hey, we know you," and I'm like, shit. I've only been here 2 days. I didn't do anything in the Philippines, I promise. So. But I actually like different points of view. I'm a big fan of it. I like to, I may agree with you, I may not agree with you, but what I will not do is tear you down for having your own faith, your own beliefs, and your own reasons for doing things. I'm not going to tear you down. The only thing I kind of get onto people about, and I kind of point this out, is I don't know why so many people hate. I don't understand why you have to be so angry about something. You can address and talk about something without treating the other people like shit. You know what I mean? 100% agree with you, brother, because when you disagree with somebody, it doesn't mean that they are bad. We all have different life experience which shape our views, values, and opinions. Yeah, and isn't that the greatest thing? I mean, look, and I know my views, my opinions shift and change as I learn and grow. I mean, who I am today was not who I was 20 years ago, which is a good thing. I wasn't a very nice guy 35 years ago. When I was a young man, I was not a nice guy. I don't know if I'm a nice guy now or not, but my point is, I was definitely not a nice guy way back then. So having different experiences, teaching international students, as I did for so many years, taught me a lot. Taught me a lot. Joe says, I told Jenny the other day, who lives in the Philippines, Joe lives in America, for clarification here, the other day that don't be surprised that people call her J3 out there, thinking that they will recognize her there in the Philippines. Because Joe has a YouTube channel. Bro, you look like Peaky Blinders. Thomas Shelby. I watched the show Peaky Blinders. It was a good show. I think, I don't remember the character's name, but I think the guy you're referring to is actually my cousin. I think he's my cousin. With that cap. Yeah, I have lots of caps. I have a lot of flat caps. I need more. I need a white one. I need a really nice, clean, crisp white one. And I could use a green color one, but I haven't been able to see or find one lately. But I have, and I have stingy brim fedoras. I have approximately 25 or 30 hats. So I'm British? No, my ancestry is German, but I get I get told all the time, hey, you look like this German guy or this British guy or this Irish guy. And I'm like, I just go with it. Say, yeah, that's my cousin. He's my long lost cousin. They're rich now, but they don't give me any of their money. So I have lots of different hats. Oh, here. This is one of my gray ones. Here, we'll swap for gray for a while. This one's a little big on me, So I'm also German. See, great minds think alike. But if you can't, look, I love hats and I love tropical shirts. In the spring, just so you guys know, and I hope you all come back for it, in the spring we're going to be doing a tropical shirt contest. And I'm going to give out an award for the best tropical shirt because I wear tropical shirts. It's part of my image. But I always try to match my hat to my tropical shirt or the shirt I wear. Do you mind me asking how you feel about Trump winning the election? Sure, I'll ask now that it's over. And avoid politics, that's fine. I'll tell you, one thing I do, I don't tell anybody how to vote. I just encourage people to vote. But yes, I voted for Trump. I'm very happy that I did. I'm very happy that he won. There is a sense of optimism brewing in America that things are going to get better. that the wokeness is dying. I think the woke movement is on its way out. And I tell everybody, if you look at this, and let's go back, and the one thing I use as a reference is like hippies. Back in the 60s, when the hippies were all the rage, that movement died out. The woke movement is doing the same. Now, his election and his people are going to speed that up. So I'm very happy about that. Where the interest rates on home loans are already starting to come down a little bit, which I'm very excited about because that means it makes my house worth more money in the future. But I will tell people, and I tell people all the time, I like it when people piss other people off. I like it when somebody has to think about what they're doing and why they're doing it. I like it when we get riled up and talk about things because it gets things done. So whether his point of view comes through 100% or not, if you rattle somebody's cage, if you rattle our country's cage, if you make people think, then things are getting done. And I like the fact that Trump has balls, and whether you like everything he says or not isn't the point. I think he talks too much at times. But I like the fact that he's willing to stand up for what he says and what he believes. And he'll take a beating for it, but he gets people to talk and think about things. And I'm a huge Trump fan and have Trump t-shirts and has excellent. Truly believe he's a great leader and loves America, which he has such strong leaderships in the UK. And I'm going to agree with you. I think I think he loves America. He's already made his money, so he's not doing this for fame and fortune. I do think this term is going to be different. I think he's more serious as a leader. I think he's going to be more serious in getting little details done. I think he's going to do things differently. He's going to be more methodical. I think he's getting involved with all the right people to help him be more methodical, because I think he truly wants people to see him as a great leader, to see him as somebody who did good. I believe that's in his heart. That's what he wants to be seen as. He doesn't want to be seen as a joke, a fool, or anything like that. He doesn't want that image. I have a problem with, check out the rallies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Bill, how are you? We hope you are doing well today. I have a problem with politicians who cannot articulate. Now, I may not be able to speak worth a shit anymore, but I don't want a bunch of gibberish. So, but Trump, I think Trump will do fine. I think he's going to get pushed back on a lot because he has an unconventional way of doing things. But I think the conventional way has gotten us into trouble. And I would be more than willing to rewrite the whole entire system so that it gets better. And I think the only way we can do that is by pissing people off and upsetting the apple cart, so to speak. Bill says, I couldn't agree with you more. Well said. Thank you, Bill. I know that great minds all think alike. So, yes. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, J3. So I think he's not even elected, and he's already made changes. You know, he's got Canada to behave a little bit better with the border. He's got Mexico, who said they wouldn't behave better with the border, behaving better with the border. And he hasn't even been elected yet. So he's got a lot of other people running scared and a little worried and about what's going to happen, and I think it's a good thing. I was intrigued when he announced Elon Musk would be involved with the budget. Yes. I think Elon is amazing. Also, yes, I agree. And look, I didn't know who RFK really was before all of this. I really didn't know. But I sat down and I listened to him talk about the food I forgot the name of the disease that kids have. The puzzle disease, damn it, guys, I'm sorry, not no disrespect to it. Asperger's, no, shit, autism. So I sat down and I listened to a lot of what he talked about with the food, the chemicals in the food, how we process it, how it's made, everything about the autism rates. And I went, this guy's way hell smarter than I ever gave him credit for. He's going to be the head of the FDA, I think, the Food and Drug Administration. And I like what he says. I think he's right on autism, yes. I think he is dead on. It may not be mainstream corporate because all these businesses don't want us to eat healthy food. They want us to eat the shit that keep us poisoned. They want to keep us under the control of sugar. So I like him. I hope he gets in there and can do some really good. I hope so. Sanders says, I believe that these wars would not have started if he was still in. Oh, they wouldn't have started. And I do believe once he's back, it will stop. I agree. I agree totally. I don't think it would happen either. Yeah, I remember you telling me about your son, Sanders. Yeah. But the autism rate has skyrocketed in the last 50 years. So I like that. I do like the whole the Dodge thing because our budget is a joke. If we ran a corporation like we run the federal government, our corporation would be bankrupt and it would be no longer in existence. And I think the federal government ought to be held to the same capacity. And I know that somebody's been stealing our money, and that's our money. And I do like how Elon keeps making reference for us, for our knowledge, to know that that's our money, our money. Yes, without being disordered, your food in the U.S. has huge numbers of additives compared to the U.K. No, absolutely. Bill knows because Bill's lived in the Philippines and Sanders is married to a Filipina and been in the Philippines. Look, we all know there's a huge difference in American food versus everybody else's food. American food is nothing but a chemical bomb. When an American goes and lives in the Philippines for any length of time, they eat like pigs, but they lose weight. So what does that tell you? You come back to America, you watch your food intake very closely, and you still gain weight. I took a class in food science years ago that talked about how the Whopper is chemically engineered, and the American Whopper, it's chemically engineered. When you bite it, you're not supposed to get more than 1-2 chews on that part of the hamburger. And the bun and the meat patty dissolve so you swallow it. Therefore, you're eating more of the Whopper versus less of it. If you got to chew it, you eat less food. It stays in the stomach longer. So the food goes into the stomach. It digests way, way quicker than it should, a beef patty should. So therefore, you're hungry again, which makes you want to go buy another one. That's what the American food system does. It's all about the money. They want you to come back and buy. So they make it to where it doesn't stay in your stomach very long. A lot of tricks in food science, food additives, food chemicals. And so I think the Kennedy boy, if he can get in there and make some food standards, I think it's a great thing. And what's really weird is when we leave the country and go live somewhere else or spend very much time anywhere else, and we come back to America and eat the food here, it's disgusting. It tastes weird. It doesn't taste right, but you get used to that. I think it has a lot to do with your great nation's relationship with pharmaceuticals and industry and money. I agree. These people are offering you a solution. They're the same people causing the problem. I agree. It's a vicious cycle they have the American people in. And the government's okay with it because the politicians are lining their personal pockets with money from the food companies, the drug companies. It's all a vicious cycle. They don't care about us because you can't tell me that being a politician is a noble cause. If you go into office as a person who has hardly any money at all, and 20 years later you come out and you're worth $100 million, where in the hell did you get that $100 million at? I can't do that. Where would, and, so you can't tell me that it's not a rigged system, not in our favor. It's not. And it's the food system that's the problem. Joe says down. So the American government, the politicians who's getting paid by all these corporations, which should be completely illegal if it's not being done anyway, is the wrong way to do it. And maybe that's why I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I know how to fix it, but the government here is not going to ever fix it because they're going to never admit anything's wrong because they're getting a piece of the pie. And so if you're the one who's getting a piece of the pie, why would you say, yeah, no, the system's bad? They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Just not. But I do think when it comes to the budget, that I know there's already two agencies on his hit list that are redundancy agencies. And I hope that in the next couple of years, because it does have a shelf life on the Dodge Group, that they will find some things out that can truly help us. And I hate paying taxes. Even being a broke old guy, I pay taxes. When I was teaching, there was years that I paid more in taxes than our janitors made in a year. And there's two things wrong with that. One, I got taxed so much, and two, they made so little that I could pay more in taxes than they made in a year. Something's not right with our structures in America. It's just not. It's not fair to the American people. And the American government should be fair to us, not other countries, not to themselves. But that's not how politicians work in America. Politicians only become politicians because they're going to become rich. They're going to make money. I do think there are people that get into politics thinking, hey, I'm going to do the right thing. I want to make a change. 2 years later, they're like, no, I'll just go with the system. I can't make a change. I can't fix it. So, hell, I'll become part of it. And in their crazy minds, they think they're doing good by embracing the system and thinking, well, I'll just tweak this, I'll tweak that, and that justifies me making $100 million in 20 years for sitting in this chair. Joe says, some of my comments are not making it on the chat. But what did you do to the chat, Joe? Did the chat smack you? Are you misbehaving? Why, Joe? That's the question, man. But I do think, I don't know how much will get done in Trump's time. I do like the fact that he's already pissing people off. And I'm a big fan of pissing people off. I'm a big fan about playing the devil's advocate. It's like the other day I was somewhere and these veterans were bitching and hating on the military. How bad they hate it. And some young kid came in and said, hey, I heard you guys were in the military, not me, and I'm thinking about going to the military. Man, as soon as he said that, they jumped on him. Oh, fucking military, this, that. Oh, we hate the military. I'm like, holy shit. The 17-year-old kid's asking for advice, and you're ripping him a new asshole about how much you hate the military. Oh, but you spent 26 years in the military, but you hate it. And that's what I told this guy. I said, wait a minute, I'm confused. You hate the military, but you spent 26 years in the military? I don't think so, but it's okay. Yeah, you never know how the chat people work. The good thing is, Joe, we have no control over chat. Chat is chat, But I don't understand that. And so I try to get these two guys back on track of trying to give this kid advice that could be helpful. that could be beneficial to this kid. And I'm like, and I think that's what we should try to do is help young people become wherever they want to go. But you can't do that by hating and by arguing. And so I wanted to, I'm just like, man, but you guys are so mad. I like playing devil's advocate. So, I don't know. Sometimes it gets frustrating and crazy, right? But what are we going to do about it? Not a whole lot. We just keep, all we can do, and I told them this, and I told these guys that, I said, look, I realize you hate the world. I realize you hate America. And what I thought was even funnier, before the election, they wholeheartedly wanted Donald Trump to be elected. They wanted Biden out of office horribly bad. I mean, everything was horrible, horrible, horrible. And now that Trump's elected, they're already starting to bitch about him. And I told them, I said, and I hadn't seen these guys in a while. And I sat there and I said, wait a minute, I'm confused. I said, didn't you tell me that you voted for Trump? All the times you came to my house, you bitched about Biden and the Democrats and how much you wanted Trump to be elected. But now that he's elected, he's not even in office and you're already bitching about him? I said, I don't understand. I'm so confused. So, Joe, thank you for the reminder of giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. We do have a lot of members now. We have about 120, 125 members to our channel, which is exciting. And I'm going to be putting out another members-only video, then it will be released to the public. And December the 14th, we're doing a big live stream on the Christmas party we're having, and we got some guests coming in. And there'll be a lot of cute Filipinas here trying to sing karaoke, everybody. Now, I'm going to have to make a karaoke rule, but during that party, I'm going to give away some memberships myself. So on the live stream, we're going to give away some memberships. And they're worth like $1.99, so that's a great value for you guys. We do have another membership at $100 a month for anybody who wants to have one-on-one counseling, advice, help from us. So, because I do life coaching. So, any person living in the U.S. who hates the U.S. should leave. I agree. The ideal of the U.S. and what it stands for is great. And that's coming from a Brit. God bless America, the land of the free. I agree with you, and I'm really big on that. If you don't like your station in life, then change it. I guess Ellen DeGeneres, what's her name? Ellen DeGeneres? Dangerous? That crazy gay lady, which I can never stand. I found her disgusting. I guess she's made a big deal about how if Trump got elected, that she was going to go live overseas. And I guess her TV show got canceled. And so I guess now she's going to go live in Britain. She's apparently going to go live with you guys. And then there's been some other celebrities who were talking out their mouth or out their butt saying, hey, if Trump gets elected, we're leaving the country. Like, what I think is funny about that, when these celebrities go, look, if we don't get our way, we're going to leave the country. Do they think anybody gives a crap if they live in America or not? No, we don't give a crap if Ellen lives in America or any of those girls from The View live in America. We don't care if they live here. We're not going to beg them to stay. We're not begging anybody to stay in America. If you don't like it, leave. If you live in Thailand and you don't like it, do your best to leave. I know it's more difficult. The Philippines, the same way. You can work your way out of the Philippines if you don't like it. If you're an American and you don't like it, leave. If you're an American living in South America and you don't like it, leave. The good thing about Brits and Americans, Aussies, is that our passport allows us to go pretty much anywhere. Pretty much anywhere and set up shop. Yeah, thank you for sending her to our country. You need to, you need to have her back. We don't want her back. But apparently she's made a big deal about her show got canceled because she was such of a toxic person. And I saw one of the talk shows of the day on the news of the day saying, oh, Ellen's coming to live in Britain, I guess. And and they asked her, said, is she going to be welcomed here? And look, I didn't know what part of Britain this person on TV was talking about, but they said this certain part of Britain where all the, I hate to say it, but all the, what do they call them? Basically, where all the strange gay people live, not normal gay people, but really weird gay people. They may welcome her, but they were saying Britain really didn't want her either. De Niro, he's another one. Yeah. Look, Robert, I enjoyed your movies, but you're old now. You don't like America? Don't live here. Go away. I don't care. Kim Kardashian, if you don't like America, pack your shit and go somewhere else. You guys got all the money in the world. If I had your money, I would just go live wherever it's beautiful, warm, and sunny, and I could go fishing all the time. The Ducksters channel, hey, here's our good friend Duckster. If you guys haven't subscribed to Duckster, please do. He's another Philippine-American couple young man. So he's coming to our Christmas party, I hope. Everything's still on track for him to come for that. He may do some live streaming and videoing while he's here. So support his channel. Check out the rally. He says, I don't like politics at all, and I'm in denial. I like politics. I guess I grew up. I took government and, I took a lot of government classes. I found it fascinating how the government works. I don't like the drama of politics, but what I don't like is people trying to bully you into something, Bill. I don't care what you like or don't like. It's okay. If you want to live here, that's great. If you don't, that's great. If you believe that, water bottles are the supreme being of the land, well, okay, I'm going to drink your supreme being. But hey, you're welcome to think that this water bottle is the supreme being. So, you know what I mean? Dougster says, I'm coming to the Christmas party. Woohoo, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have Bill, you guys should drive down. I think you're in Indiana now, right? You should drive over from Indiana and join us. December the 14th. Dougster's going to be here. We have some other YouTubers that are going to be here and subscribers. And then all the locals, of course. We're going to give away a door prize, Dougster. So they're doing Dirty Santa and maybe Drunken Santa by the end of the night. But I got to put a karaoke rule in house. We go to, and Bill knows this, Dougster knows this, Sanders knows this. The Filipinos love to sing karaoke, but my God, how many times can you sing the same karaoke song over and over and over? So I have a rule this party. They can only sing Christmas songs because I don't want to hear any more of Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston doing that. I don't want to hear that shit. You're going to have to sing Christmas carols, Christmas songs, happy music, something that you're not used to singing versus all of that same Hotel California and I only want to be, I don't know what the damn song is. I only want to be whatever. I don't know what it is. Well, we're in Arkansas, so you can do the math. I don't want to have to Google it for you, Bill. So we're in northwest Arkansas, south of Missouri, east of Oklahoma, north of Louisiana, west of Tennessee and Kentucky. Does that help any? So, even when my wife gets in the car, it's the same playlist. I know. It's like, holy crap, can you please sing something different, And we go to a lot of these parties, Doug, and you know this, and Sanders says this. Why can't they get a better volume of song? Look, on the internet now, because everybody doesn't do Magic Sing anymore. They just do it with the microphones, the speaker system, and the smart TV. There's 25 million songs on the smart TV that you can karaoke on YouTube. You don't got to pick the same 10 songs. So, this is Mercy, by the way. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, must say. Sorry, must say. You're the better one of the two. So we would respectfully, not want to call you your husband. So, but yeah, we're in Northwest Arkansas, so you're probably thinking of the map. I don't know, maybe depending on what part of Indiana you're in, maybe 10 hours, I would guess, I would think, right? 10 hours? I can go look for you. Since Bill is probably sleeping, not doing his husbandly duties, Mercy, let me go look for you. Arkansas to Indiana. Not Indiana Drive, but Indiana the state. Roughly 8 hours. Depending on, well, that looks like Chicago. Well, my wife is the better half of us, so, you know. We're going to start in here. I'm going to try. Mercy, tell me the biggest town closest to you. Just randomly, some big town close to you. Like songs that they practice for hundreds of times, so you were kind of close. I wasn't close-minded. Just letting go, hey, Mercy, we're the husbands. We have to listen to it. And if you got to practice it 100 times, isn't it time to give it up because maybe you don't got it right? Ooh. I'm just telling you. Man, get some new music, though. Oh, thank you, Mercy. See? All right, tell me the name of a big town in Indiana. What's the name of a town in Indiana? Does Indiana even have towns? It's such a very rural little strange state where it's cold all the time. Indianapolis is in there, right? Isn't it Indianapolis? I got a gnat in here, it's driving me crazy. Okay, we got a town. Found it. Oh, so you guys are south of Chicago. So then you got 9 hours and 18 minutes. Yeah, you guys are south of Chicago and living that far north. If you lived in southern Indiana, it's only about a 6-7 hour drive, or no, it's actually about a 5 hour drive. It's like going to Dallas. Yeah, about a 5 hour drive to from southern Indiana. So, but from Chicago, it's about a 9 to 10 hours from Chicago to get to where we live. But you guys would be welcome to come and join us. Maybe you make a little vacation, make a road trip. We got a couple other people that are going to make a road trip. Yeah, it's actually, man, that gnat's going to drive me crazy. It's actually pretty close. On like driving from here to California, comparatively driving here to Chicago is pretty close. But yeah, it takes us about 10 hours to get to Chicago. But we have some other friends that are coming through and doing some other things, and they're going to spend the night in this part of the country and come to the party. So you guys will be welcome to join us. It's an open party. All you got to do is be happy. Be happy. Be happy. And not sing the same old karaoke song over and over and over. So we may even have a friend that's going to fly in from Canada if he can get loose. And we have a couple YouTube channels coming, but some other subscribers. And of course, all the locals, or most of the locals. You're just going to watch the live. Good. Good. That's all we can ask for. Watch the live and have a good time. But yeah, next year. Hopefully we'll be in Alabama next year. Our goal is for celebrating Christmas next year is to be in southern Alabama close to the beach. That's our big mission, is to be in southern Alabama by this time, definitely by this time next year. So that's our big goal, or my big goal. Lorelai, she doesn't like to move that much, but I got one more move in me, I think, before I decide never move again. And I think we're going to go to southern Alabama, down by the Mobile, Alabama, by Foley, Alabama, Gulf Shores, Alabama region. What I miss, I had to check in on 2 quiet toddlers. Ooh, you missed the fact that Mercy with Check Out the Rallies said that we are their favorite YouTube channel in the entire world. And they got a big channel and they got a big following. But she was talking about, Sanders, that our channel should be the role model for every other YouTube channel in the world. That's what she was saying. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't making that up. She said it all. She said it would be a great honor, to be able to come to our party and to meet us. That's what she was saying. I'm just, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but that's what she said. That's what you missed. So, and the fact that we hope to go live in Alabama next year, Southern Alabama. So during the winter, I can go fishing and not freeze my testicles off sitting here in Arkansas with 12 degrees weather. See, she's not disagreeing. You see that, right? Check out the Rallies, Mercy. She's not disagreeing with what I said. That's why we follow you. There you go. All I meant. That's it. Well, Sanders has a great channel, and he's trying to grow it. And he has great kids, Mercy. So he needs love and support from all of our communities as well. We have a lot, and Dougster's channel is the same way. Dougster's married to a Filipina, and he has a great young channel too. So if you guys ever want to share the love, Sanders and the Dougster channel, who's been in here, they have great channels. And we appreciate the support that you give our channel, of course. So I think it's always good to try to help everybody else out. Because you never know when you're going to need them, when you want them, when it might have some fun. So that's what we do. That's how we see it. But we're excited about, Lorelei's really excited about Christmas party. There's going to be some surprises. She doesn't know about them, of course. I hate how my camera is. There's going to be, I got some surprises planned. That's not going to work. Here, maybe I'll just do that. But we're going to have some great food. Apparently, we're going to have some ribs and chicken. We're going to have some seafood dishes. We're going to have all the traditional Filipino dishes. I told them, Mercy, and you would appreciate this. I told Lorelei to make sure that the girls all know to bring a traditional dish that they would want to cook for their family at Christmas. So don't just make average lumpia. Don't just make average pancit. But if you're going to try to impress your family at Christmas time with their favorite food, that's what I want you to make. I want you to put love in that food for Christmas. I want you to be able to show your family, this is what I would feed you wonderful people, family, because I love you. Because Filipinos like their family. Americans, we don't. If it was the other way around, if you said, hey, Americans, well, I'd get them a bunch of burn hot dogs. So there, eat those damn hot dogs over there in the corner. But Filipinos don't do that. So I've said, hey, would it be really nice if they all do their very best to cook their favorite food that their family would like the way their family would like it. And so that's what the Filipinos are all bringing. As Americans, I'm just going to grill some ribs and chicken. And and I don't know what else, but there's going to be some good food. Good food. We definitely will have plenty to drink, I'm sure. I'm going to make it. I got to go shopping. I got to get eggnog. I'm going to make a very strong rum-based eggnog in hopes of getting everybody liquefied. So, but yes, it's fun. But we do appreciate all the love and support we get from everybody. And our Halloween party was a lot of fun. A lot of the Filipinos had a good time. And they never, what I will say though, is they never seem to want to leave our house. It's 2 a.m. and there's still somebody wanting to karaoke. I'm like, the neighbors are dead, the chickens are dead, the dogs are dead, everybody's dead. I'll tell you, I don't like eggnog. I think it's gross. But it is a tradition in America. But it's only good if you put a lot of rum in it. Let's see, what are the ingredients of eggnog? Let me look it up real quick for you, and I'll tell you what the raw ingredients. I used to make it. The best alcohol for eggnog is whiskey or bourbon, rum or brandy. I happen to have a whole bunch of spicy rum. That's going to go into our eggnog. When to add the alcohol? Hell, anytime. Can you serve it hot or cold? It's usually done as a punch, room temperature. Let's see. So it's basically, where's the recipe? 6 large egg yolks. So it's a bunch of egg yolks. 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 cups of milk, 2 whole cloves, a pinch of cinnamon, a cup of heavy cream, freshly grated nutmeg, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of bourbon to taste. Hell, I'm going to put like 5 gallons of bourbon in 1 gallon of eggnog. So we're going to make 6 gallons of it, but 5 gallons is going to be rum. No. 2 tablespoons of rum to taste. 4 egg whites is optional, and then you mix it all together. That's what eggnog is. I think it's disgusting. But be fair, I'm going to buy it at Walmart, bring it home, and then add alcohol to it. We got a 1 gallon thingamajiggy that I'm putting it in. I will probably add actually 1 cup of rum to 1 gallon of eggnog. Then we'll have some cinnamon on the side that you could put in there. It's not that bad, but for us, even Lorelai likes it, but she only wants like 1 cup of it, and I'm the same way. 1 glass, 1 cup, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. I guess if you put a bunch of flour in it, you can make pancakes out of it. Sanders likes it with bourbon. Have you had it with rum? I got rum already purchased. I do got some whiskey. I got some salted caramel Crown Royal. You think that would be good in it? Salted caramel Crown Royal? Maybe a disgrace to the Crown Royal whiskey, but we do have some of that I could dump in there. I just happen to have a whole bunch of rum. But we do the two. We drink, a little bit of eggnog, but for me it just goes, why is it traditional? That's a good damn question. Let's ask. Let's ask the master of the universe, Google. What is the origins of eggnog? Let's see what it says, Mercy. The Duckster channel says eggnog smells like latex paint. It really does. It says you either love it or you hate it. Well, we already know that. It's been that way for centuries. The drink has taken on so many spiked and non-alcoholic variations to travel the world. The exact origins is unknown. 13th century English roots developed into beverage aristocrats and founded home essential Christmas drink. In colonial America, eggnog remains a popular cocktail, and the story fascinates as the drink itself. Let me see. Around the world, eggnog does not have much of appeal. A nog apparently is an Old English word for strong beer. There's also some maybe egg beer. There's also the possibility that it derived from noggin, a word for a small cup used in the 16th century. All right. And the version says American colonists who referred to thick drinks as grogs. So anything thick was a grog. The eggnog as egg grog became eggnog. By the time it appeared in print, the word was smashed together to say eggnog. The first printed use of eggnog in 1700s, the earliest in a poem written by Maryland minister and close friend of George Washington, said it was published until 30 years. I'm trying to find something here that says anything good. They believe it began in Europe, so you got to blame Europe for it. 13th century medieval monks in Britain were known to drink posset, a warm ale punch with eggs and figs. Likely merged from Keebler elves. Maybe. Maybe they had leftover eggs and milk making the cookies, and they were going to go bad. So they had cinnamon because they make cookies, right? And nutmeg because they make cookies. They had eggs, they had milk, and before it all went bad, they just mixed it together and said, "Hey, let's drink this shit." At one time, sherry was very popular in eggnog. Another time, rum. When did it become a Christmas tradition? During the colonies. You got to blame all those British people that came to America and conquered our land and set up the 13 colonies. It's all of their fault. It was frequently made with odd alcohol. That's because they probably thought it was against their religion. Each religion would adapt the drink to their own personal taste and beliefs. In the South, for instance, people tended to pour whiskey. In the southern part of the United States, they want whiskey in their eggnog. And they want eggnog in their whiskey. George Washington claims that he created his own damn recipe, bragger. And early days, it was served warm. By the time printed his first bartending guide in the 1800s, as cold as well. We like it about room temperature. Well, we don't like it at all, but it was very popular in California. No wonder. But they probably had a vegan version in California. Tub of ice. The recipes use brandy and rum, different wines or sherries, ciders. Jewish communities have a version of it. Germany has a version of it. Puerto Rico, they had got coconut juice nog, or coconut milk was added. Today, the eggs are typically left out. And the drink is called, maybe we should make that. Maybe we should make what the freaking Puerto Ricans make. In Mexico, it now became Rama Pope with Mexican cinnamon, vanilla, and either rum or grain alcohol. Puree is made with brandy. What's this Puerto Rican drink? The Puerto Rican version sounds better. You need cream of coconut, condensed milk. This sounds like a Filipino dish. Sweetened condensed milk, white rum, coconut extract, and ground cinnamon cloves. No eggs means nog is easy to make. Well, that sounds like a Filipino dish. So there's really no true origin behind it versus the Keebler elves had a whole lot of leftover ingredients from making cookies. And Mercy, they're the ones who did. I agree with Doug. They didn't want their stuff to go bad, but hell with the American version. The shit from Puerto Rico and Cuba and Mexico sound like it's good. Yes, we talked about that last night a little bit. I know there's some false stories out there. There's some people reporting that his body has been found, that the news people said that his body was found. Mercy, I don't know if you want to chime in on Elliot Eastman. But the news report, Lorelei listened to the news report repeatedly over and over and over and over, and nowhere did it said his body was actually found. It was a Puerto Rican rum. It was saying that people of interest had been arrested, and a witness came forward and said this is probably what happened. Since he was shot in the leg and kidnapped, that he didn't survive, so they killed him and dumped him in the ocean. From what we can derive, there is no definitive body from what she was, Lorelei, last night on the news articles that we were forwarded by a bunch of people. And I think Mercy and them did a little bit of topic about it last night. So I don't think right now they have a definitive body of the kid. But my vote is he's dead, he's been dead. What I explained to a few people last night, they did not find a human body in the ocean that has been missing for 2 months. Within a week, a human body will be disposed of in the ocean. There's no way a human body is going to survive 2 months in an ocean. Just not going to happen. He's going to be eaten by the crabs, the fish, everything else. So, and then his bones are going to be scavenged. Same thing in the jungle. You're not going to put a human body. Yes, but you're not going to, I agree, Mercy. You're not going to put a human body in the jungle and it's going to be okay. It's going to decompose within weeks, completely decompose. Scavengers is going to take it away. There will not be a body found, folks. There will never be a body found. But yeah, so now there's a eyewitness who's now come forward from listening to the news article that was just in the news, Philippine news, that there's a witness that now has said he was shot in the leg. The bad people who kidnapped him knew he was not going to survive, so they threw him in the ocean on the other side of the island. That's what the news said. Lorelei listened to that news report 5 or 6 different times to make sure she really understood what was being said. And at no time did they ever say they found a body. So, I don't know, Marcy, is that your understanding of the situation? Because I know you understand the language way better than somebody like me ever would. So I didn't know if that was your interpretation of what's happening or not. Yeah, I think he died that day. I think they realized they screwed up and they blew his leg off and shot him in the leg, and he was a whiny bitch, and they put a bullet in his head, and then they threw him in the ocean. Yeah, with the heat and the bugs, the insects, you know. It's inside job. Politics is so messy, they try to hide it. But the culture is way different about Muslim. I agree. And Mercy, and I know maybe this isn't the most favorite opinion in the Philippines or in the world. I don't blame the Muslim community. It's their community. I don't blame them for what happened. Now, somebody's at fault for murdering the guy, right? And I think the kid, and I watched everything he ever did on YouTube. I went through his Facebook page. I went through his sister's Facebook page. And I know people may not agree with me, and they may think I'm too harsh because he's dead. But I believe that he had no clue what he was getting into. What he thought he was going to do was marry a Muslim girl in the most dangerous part of the world, definitely the most dangerous part of the Philippines. And he was going to go there and become a YouTube big shot, a big star, because he was living in the most dangerous part of the Philippines. I think he set himself up for this. I tell people he did not assimilate in any way, shape, or form. He did not, and I think that was his intention. He never had any intentions when he married the girl to become a Muslim, to follow the faith, to fit into the community. I tell people this, I believe this, just from my own personal knowledge about world religion and other faiths and beliefs, which I support all people's religions and beliefs, that if an outsider was to go to that part of the country and they took the Muslim faith to 100%, that's the life they believed they wanted to live, and they assimilated in the community to the ultimate best, it would still be very hard for an outsider to blend in, to fit in into that culture in that part of the country. And this is somebody who truly would want to be a Muslim, would want to be there, and would want to follow and be submissive to the culture. It'd be very hard for them. Person with the right head, right mind, right heart. It'd be very hard. This kid didn't want to do that. This kid wanted to get there and maybe have sex with a virgin and be all cool, but he wanted to have a YouTube channel. He wanted to maybe do, what do you guys call that in the Philippines again? 5-6ing, loaning or whatever. Trust me, I live with those people all my life. Don't mess with them. so they won't mess with you. Loaning money is a red flag. That's right, the 5-6 thing. Isn't that what you call it? So he's an outsider that goes in there and decides that he's going to do whatever he wants to do in their community. Not gonna happen. And look, he wasn't that dumb to think that wasn't gonna happen. He knew, I believe, he maybe didn't realize to the depth of it, but he knew what he was doing, and he was willing to do it for fame and fortune, and that got him killed. And I'm sorry that he died and it got him killed, but it's his own damn fault. Sorry, it's not the Philippines' fault. Now, it's the people's fault that killed him, but it's his own damn fault for being arrogant enough to think you can go be a Western guy doing things that go against somebody's faith in such of a tight-knit community that he did. And so I know maybe I get a little hate going, oh, you're too hard on the dead kid. Well, and maybe I am, but I'm trying to give other people a warning. Stay the hell out of people's worlds. Don't invade their culture. If you're going to go to somebody's culture, you better be willing to be submissive to the culture. You're not going to change it. One person's not going to change a culture. It's not going to happen. But he thought he was going to become famous because he was the YouTuber living in the most dangerous part of the Philippines. So, Sanders, I hope that answers your question. Oh, no, it's all right. I don't mind getting off topic. I usually don't have a topic. I usually just kind of wander and ramble and talk out my butt until somebody tells me not to. So, but that's how I see it. It's the same thing. In America, some city slicker who's going to go live in the Appalachian Mountains and tell those old mountain people how to live their life or put them on display and make fun of them. It ain't going to happen. You know that, Sanders. Foreigners are welcome in Mindanao, Mindoro, but it's the attitude it's right. It's his attitude and his intention. His intention wasn't to be honest in his faith. Because when he married her, he converted to Muslim. He wasn't Muslim. You can tell that on his damn videos. He had no intentions of being Muslim. If he would have and did not do a YouTube and did everything that a good young Muslim man, because there's a hierarchy in these communities, in these cultures. And he may still be alive today. But it would be super hard for somebody with the best intentions to fit into that community from an outside world. It'd be really hard. It would take for a long time before they would be accepted as one of the locals. Just would be. So that's his deal. And I'm sorry for him. I'm sorry for his family in America, his sister. But I can promise you, his body will never be found. It's not, because if he was out in the ocean, if he got dumped in the ocean and/or was thrown out in the jungle, his body is gone. It's decomposed. Hierarchy is important as local. Yeah, it is, Mercy. And that's kind of the same way everywhere. But in closed communities like that, look, and you live in Indiana. So you know that we have the Quakers in Pennsylvania and Indiana. You have the Amish, and they are a very peaceful group of people. But they have a very strict hierarchy themselves, even here in America. And when you go against that hierarchy, when you go against the beliefs, the faith, and you ruffle the feathers, you're not going to be welcomed. Yeah, the body's gone. It's gone. I mean, it's out the door. It's history. It's been eaten by bugs and lizards. And I don't know what else is wild in the jungles, but monkeys and everything else. It's been decomposed. If it was thrown in the ocean, it was eaten by the crabs, the sharks, the squid, the fish. Long gone. Somebody may run across a bone down the road that washes up on a beach somewhere, but nah. But the only thing I say is the Philippines is a great place, and this is why I even talk about this. I think the Philippines is a great place. I think it's a better place than most Filipinos realize. that for Filipinos, it's a great place. It can be a good place for expats, but I think you got to go with the right mindset to be successful in the Philippines, living there. You got to have the right mindset as an expat, or you just got to be a drunk and not give a shit. So you can be the expat that goes over there that's an alcoholic and doesn't really give a shit. As long as you got alcohol, what happens around you. But I tell expats all the time, if you want to go live in the Philippines, have a hobby, have something to do. We made mistakes living in the Philippines, without question. And the biggest mistake that we made, and I'll tell you point blankly, even though I need to do a video about it, is we should have bought a resort. We had plenty of money. We looked at buying some resorts, buying a big resort. We should have did that because that would have gave us something to do in the Philippines. Because somebody like me who has a mindset of always wanting something to do, always need to be thinking and working and growing, sitting around eating Jollibee, just doesn't work. We should have bought a resort. And Lorelai could have managed it. Her friends could have came and worked for her. I don't care, but it would at least gave me something to do. So, good. Well, my friends, it's 12 o'clock here. Mercy, we appreciate you coming in and supporting our channel. We really do. We need all the help and love we can get, so we appreciate that. Dougster, appreciate you. Sanders, everybody's been in the house today. I'm going to get off of here. We're going to do a live stream tonight, as always, of course. So we hope everybody will come back. Appreciate everybody. Dougster is in the house. Nathan from the UK was here. Joe was here earlier. So we thank everybody for being here. Albert was here earlier, too. Alberto was here earlier from Mexico. So we appreciate everybody. But for now, I need to get Lorelai up, get her fed, and then she's going to have to go to work later. And now that she's messed with my corporate review stuff, I got to figure out what in the hell she's doing so I know what I'm doing. So Sanders says, Mercy, or check out the Rileys. Sanders just subscribed to you, as I'm sure you guys will subscribe back to him. He's got a great family down in Southern Texas. And we appreciate Sanders a lot and all the support he gives us. So I know you guys won't regret supporting his channel. So once again, everybody, we'll probably see you later tonight at some point. But for now, just take care and enjoy the rest of the day, guys.